Hello and welcome to Legalese. My name is Vincent Perryman and I am a local attorney with the law offices of J. Vincent Perryman. Each month, Legalese focuses on a wide range of legal issues and topics. Today's show covers the Shelby County Environmental Court. With us now is John Cameron of the Environmental Court. John, thanks for being with us today. Now, you're the staff attorney and the magistrate for the Environmental Court.
Technically, my title is referee, but basically the same thing as a magistrate, yes.
Okay. And, you know, the question always comes up, we'll hear about the Environmental Court occasionally in the newspaper on, I think the last time I saw something, it was either housing code or it was parking lot violations or something like that.
Sure.
So what exactly is the Environmental Court and what does it do?
It's a very good question, and you brought up two fairly separate areas. The Environmental Court is largely, you could almost call it a clearinghouse court for various quality of life violations that exist in any number of sources of law. The Environmental Court is a general sessions court, and it is supposed to be the court of original jurisdictions for violations of the Shelby County Code of Ordinances. Beyond that, by contract, the Environmental Court also hears certain City of Memphis ordinance violations, in particular related to the housing code, cases arising under the health department, the fire department, and also under the joint zoning code, which is county and city. Then also animal control cases. So those are the ordinance type violations that we hear. As the original court of jurisdiction for Shelby County codes, that includes not only sort of the zoning violations and health department cases which arise in the county, but it also includes county traffic violations. So if you get stopped by a Shelby County Sheriff's deputy anywhere outside of the city limits, then that case will be sent to our court. Beyond the ordinance violation cases, we also have certain criminal jurisdiction. We hear preliminary hearings and also some misdemeanor cases for animal violations, things like dog fighting, animal cruelty that rises above the ordinance level and is considered a crime. We also hear criminal violations of the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency officers, so hunting and fishing violations. Criminal violations that arise out of our two state parks in Shelby County, Shelby Forest and T.O. Fuller State Park, come to our court. And those could be traffic offenses, but they could also be hunting and fishing violations, wrongful use of the property. Other criminal cases we hear are things like certain environmental type cases, criminal littering, originates out of our court by state statute, and also some sort of waterway type state violations that are not heard by an administrative board, but are rather considered criminal and come before our court. Beyond the criminal jurisdiction, our court is unique, at least among the general sessions courts that sit at 201 Poplar, like our court does, in having dual criminal and civil jurisdiction. As part of that civil jurisdiction, we hear suits brought under the State Public Nuisance Code, which is in, I think, 29.3.101 and following of the Tennessee Code. That public nuisance is for whenever there are a certain number of criminal or otherwise illegal activities taking place at a particular property, such that it is a blighting influence or basically a nuisance to the area around it. The state of Tennessee, and this rarely happens, I can't recall it ever happening, but 10 citizens could petition to have that property declared a nuisance. This could be a house where there are drug sales going on, we might call it a crack house, a strip club where there are prostitution and drug sales, those type things. It could be a whole apartment complex that could be shut down under that code for a pattern of criminal activity. Say, maybe 100 arrests over a month period or something like that. What typically happens is the DA's office petitions our court to shut that property down. They go out with the organized crime unit of the Memphis Police Department, placard, lock the doors if it's a business, and the business or the home at that point is not allowed to reopen until assurances are able to be given that no more criminal activity will occur. Beyond that, beyond the State Public Nuisance Code, another sort of new area where we're hearing a lot of cases is the Tennessee Neighborhood Preservation Act, which is, I believe, TCA 13-6, 101 and following. Under that code, a citizen, neighborhood group, the city of Memphis, Shelby County, can sue a property owner for failure to maintain the property up to the basically community standards or to the codes of the city of Memphis or Shelby County. This is done with abandoned properties or vacant properties. So if, say, you have an apartment complex that is not being occupied at the time, someone could sue under the Neighborhood Preservation Act to bring that apartment complex up to a habitable state, basically. No, the code does not say that. That's what it comes down to. We've had over 100 of those cases filed by the city of Memphis, as well as several dozen by private groups, largely to try to bring those properties up to a level where they can be not a blighting influence on the community. In the sort of nuclear option under the Neighborhood Preservation Act code, if the owner is unwilling or unable to bring the property into compliance, the court can appoint a receiver who will then go in and make the necessary repairs. All the repairs that the receiver makes on that property then constitute a lien, and the property could be ordered sold if that lien can't be satisfied. But we've yet to see that happen. Largely, we're getting compliance because and it's there's a good sort of process in place to make sure that people's rights aren't trampled over in this process, but also that the property owners are held accountable for having substandard properties in the city of Memphis and in Shelby County.
Okay. When we return, we'll continue our discussion about the Shelby County Environmental Court. Please stay with us.